Welcome to the Dare Show podcast. Okay, it's so funny because when I do a little test, excuse me, I do a little test before I go go live before I record, and it's like Anchor has like this entire like extra sounds and stuff that I don't know where it comes from. But anyways, this is the Dare Show podcast where I talk about music, pop culture. I want to dare you to think and see things through a different point of view, which is my point of view. So, anyways, let's talk about the Grammys. The Grammys are postponed indefinitely. I don't know why. Here's what you need to do, Grammys. Well, I do know why. I'm aware of the American variant that is going around. Like I said last week, I don't know if it's good or if it's. I thought variants, like. Okay, side note. How much stronger can a variant get? How more contagious can a variant get? But anyways, enough about the variants. Because of the variant, I think everywhere the cases are rising of the Corvid, as my mother calls it. So the Grammys are postponed. LA, lots of people there. Even here, I don't know. I know one Walmart one Walmart where I live. They are the good Walmart. So I live next to a Walmart, but the good Walmart, I'm learning the good Walmart is like 10, 15 minutes away. And on that one, they're shutting the store down and cleaning it. I think that's the one. I think. Yeah, I think that's the one. But they're shutting it down and cleaning it for a couple of days. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the Walmart near me, where I live near, they had like one of the doors, one side closed off, and I'm like, oh, is something wrong, or is this like COVID related? Because remember when, going back into time a little bit, when the pandemic first started, stores would only have one entrance, and that was ridiculous. And the thing is, I'm not, never mind. Okay, so the Grammys are postponed, but I'm like, are you going to postpone the Super Bowl? Because a large crowd of people is a large crowd of people, whether, it's in LA or it's in, Indianapolis. What the hell was that? Look, I think I need to move. I'm recording it later at night, right? And some niggas have like moved in, and that's so fucking loud. But they're like down the hall, down a ways. So I'm like, why do I hear y'all walking and stomping and yelling? It's 12 o'clock at night. Anyways, I really don't know what that sound was. But anyways, the Grammys, they're postponed. And I'm like, Grammys, here's what you do: have little to no audience, have little to no like dancers, have performers, go to the I forget the name of that bowl place, but it's a bowl. It's called something bowl in Los Angeles. I think it's like an open field. It's outside. The weather is still probably nice over there, I'm sure, or ish. Do what you did last year. Um, do do some tape performances that aren't so bad. Remember the BET Awards 2020? The BET Awards, that was a really good show. I'm pulling my hair out. That was a really good show. Maybe have some tape performances, but have some acoustic performances. I don't know. I feel like there still should be a way to have the Grammys without not having the Grammys, right? What do you guys think? What did I write? I said, yeah, have like no dancers, an open field, that bowl venue. Like if the Super Bowl is still going to go on, which I'm kind of confused about the Super Bowl halftime show because there's like five performers. And then there's like Mary J, Dr. Dre, who's not an artist. Dr. Dre's a producer. Snoop Dogg, Eminem. I think there's another person, but I'm forgetting. But I'm like, how is this gonna happen? Because I was watching some past Super Bowl performances that I've never seen before. Michael Jackson's Super Bowl performance was a whole lot of nothing. It was just like a whole lot of like the sound. Maybe it was like my TV or something. The sound was off, not off, but like the sound was off. Um, he was like going around, strutting around, all the time. He wasn't. It wasn't that entertaining. Like, and when he comes up on stage and he stands there for like 2 minutes, and people are barely clapping. They're really not that interested in sound. At least like that's what it sounded like. People weren't that interested. Michael Jackson's was trash. Madonna was lip synced. Madonna. I'm surprised. Madonna has 38 top 10 singles. 38. And I went and counted them all. She has a lot of top 10s. Madonna, I think I'm not giving Madonna the dues that she actually deserves. As is like slightly untalented white woman, Madonna has talented her way onto the Billboard charts 38 top 10 times, and all respect to that. Madonna's, she did like 3 or 4 songs, I think. She did music. Took up over half of her performance. Music, that's the gem right there, though. They the people. Come on, come on. That's the motherfucking jam. Okay, let me calm down. Music took up over half of the performance. She only did like 3 songs, and then she did a new song, which took up another half, more than half, with the it's not Turn Up the Radio. It's Love. Give Me All Your Lovin' with MIA and Nicki Minaj. So Madonna, I thought she would do a little bit more of her songs, but it would be in typical Madonna fashion to do a new song and not so much the old songs. So even though she did like a prayer, Open Your Heart with CeeLo. It was a lot. I meant to look at other people, but I was in like a Beyonce mode, and I looked at I went from like Destiny Child to Beyonce, and I was in like, oh, Beyonce's voice during that Destiny Child part on the Super Bowl. I was like, I have to go listen to it again. It's so beautiful. Um, Beyonce's, I really enjoyed Beyonce's. I really enjoyed the Destiny Child part. How did I get here? Oh, we're talking about the Super Bowl. I really enjoyed the Destiny Child part. Um, I remember that excitement feeling with Kelly when Michelle popped up and then Kelly popped up and then Beyonce strutted over. Oh my god! The excitement, the like adoration, the love that I have for Destiny's Child. Oh, that was the best part. Honestly, that was the best part. Like I really Love on Top was pretty good, and then the Destiny's Child part was good, and then she ended with Halo was really really good. Who had the best performance? Maybe Beyonce. I don't know. I'm not gonna go there, but we're gonna see. The Golden Globes. So somebody said the Golden Globes. I told you guys last week, or a couple of weeks ago, the Golden Globes were canceled. Well, they were canceled, but somebody said I thought it was something behind the scenes. So it ended up being like not enough diversity and enough people behind the scenes and a diverse movement, like to put it on. That's what I kind of gathered. Somebody else said because of COVID, but I don't believe that because I'm sure the Oscars are gonna have. I'm sure the Oscars is gonna pop off this year. You guys don't think so? I don't know. But anyways, the Golden Globes came out. Well, the the email came out about who the text messages. The IG live came out about who won, and one of the winners was MJ Rodriguez from Pose. She won her first Golden Globe. Fantastic. Until you think about, the fact that she wasn't able to actually give a speech. And I'm like, this is horrible. This is horrible. Like, how terrible is this? I don't like that. I think she should have been able to give a speech. as the first transgender woman to ever win a Golden Globe, I think it was. That makes me sad. It's like all these great things always happen, but then, there's always that one part that is like, oh, well, she wasn't able to give an actual speech. She wasn't able to, get glammed up. Her personality is a little extra, but she wasn't able to like give a speech. And I'm like, well, she gave an IG live speech, but I'm like, ugh, nobody cares about that. We want a like proper speech. Like, why didn't they put the Golden Globes on? See, it's so dirty. You never win when you playing dirty. It's so dirty of them for doing that. Billie Eilish won for best song. I think her song was for like the new James Bond movie. What's next? It wasn't televised, and they just like brought it out. It's ridiculous. So Mary M. Crosby. I'm gonna tie this in with the Andrew Caldwell update. Well, let's just get to the update. So the Andrew Caldwell update is in St. Louis. I guess because of the Omicron variant, they have shut down in person judge cases or whatever. So everything's on Zoom. So his was it canceled? I think it was canceled. Where did I write it down? Yeah, it was canceled today. His trial date, his hearing or whatever was canceled today, but his trial date for his misconduct, um, what did I say? Oh, disorderly conduct, and his assault charge is for February 28th. And from what I'm hearing, well, from what he said, I believe he said somebody, so I guess it was a store owner or I mean a associate, like a clerk or somebody, called him a fag or something, and then proceeded to hit him with the basket. Okay, hold on. I don't think I ever thought about it, but the okay, I never thought about it, nor have I ever actually said it out loud. I just can't. I can't. They hit him with the bat. They called him a fag or something, and hit him with the basket. And so he has some kind of whatever he did. I don't know what he did. Well, he assaulted the person allegedly. Oh, I'm not gonna say allegedly. He probably did. Okay, so Mr. Caldwell is mentally insane, mentally unstable. He really has a mental problem, right? Um, he has a lying problem. He's a scamming problem. He thinks he's a pastor. He's always using the scripture. Oh crap! I said it earlier. Don't touch my prophets and do my prophets no harm. Um, I said it earlier. Dang it! There's a first part I'm missing. It's like don't touch my leaders or something and do my prophets no harm. I'm gonna tie that back into Mary M. Crosby. So Mary M. Crosby, like I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I went in a little bit on her a couple of weeks ago from the Real House of Salt Lake City. If you're not watching it, please watch it. It's very entertaining. um, she didn't show up to the reunion that they taped this past week, and I am stunned. I was like, wait, what? So her cousin, what's that sound? Her cousin did an interview, right? Did I write it? Yeah, her cousin did an interview with this lady, and he talked about her having an affair with Cameron, the guy who passed away, who's been on the show exposing her. Now, this season of Salt Lake City, I believe, was supposed to be like a Mary takedown. Expose. I don't want to say takedown. Expose of Mary M. Crosby, and her scamming in the church as a pastor, and just so happened Jen Shaw legal cases, that stuff came up. So it became like a 2-for-1 deal. But so she's being like exposed, especially by her cousin. Her cousin said her son is selling drugs. He's barely 18. I think he just turned 18 or he's turning 18. The judge is saying her son needs to go. I don't know. I would need proof of this part because he doesn't look like a drug dealer. But he said he's selling drugs. It's either go into the military or go to jail. Because his mom didn't want him going to some like rehab place or something in California. That part, see, yeah, that part seemed was confusing and sketchy. So I would need proof. But he said Mary is illiterate. She didn't graduate from high school. She had an open affair ish with Cameron. Cameron, yeah, it got a little vulgar. But Mary didn't show up. Do my prophets no harm? But what if your prophets are harming people, right? I remember, like Mary, scamming these people and this cult that she's basically built, scamming these people to give her money, paying, paying for crazy stuff. I think she said Cameron and her went. Cameron said that they went to Dubai and New York on like little vacations. Um, what if your prophets are doing harm? I remember my grandmother. We went at my grandmother's church about, oh shoot, here we go, 15 years ago. Oh my goodness, at this church here, or in a city adjacent, a couple cities over. The pastor, wait, I'm about to tell y'all some business. The pastor was found out for stealing from the church. Wait, oh shoot, I think I'm messing it up. But I think he was stealing from the church, basically. And they had like this, I remember it like it was yesterday. They had this like big meeting. Church was basically canceled. I think we went outside or we were like in the car. We were like, thank God. Because, oh my God, go to church every Sunday. It was exhausting. But, anyways, we went outside. They had like a little meeting in the church. We come like back in. Well, I don't think we found out, but what ended up happening was the pastor they said we would like you to leave, and should I say his name? Wait. So I'm gonna give you some more craziness. They were like, we want you to leave, and because you're over here stealing stuff, and so they kicked him out. Fast forward to about 3, 5, 6 years ago, one of the members' husband has died. Um, so she's a widower. Her husband died. She somehow falls in love with this pastor that has stolen money. They have rebuilt another church somewhere in the city. I don't know where it is, but they rebuilt another church. I see them all the time at my job. They don't know it's me. They don't know I know who they are. They're messy ways. So yeah, she was at the church. She was going to that church, going to the church when he was stealing money. I think she was like a deaconess or something, I don't know. But yeah, crazy how life works. I screamed when I learned that information. But anyways, what if your pastors are doing harm? What if your leaders are doing harm to the people? Um, I kind of feel like is that a part of what the white people rewrote the Bible is maybe that part's a part of that because if you're people like what's his name, Joel Osteen and tons of other pastors who have done crazy things in the church, to the church, to the sheep that they're supposed to be shepherding, what do? You're supposed to call it out. as a human, I'm calling it out. As a human, people are gonna call it out and people are gonna say something. And I feel like there's not really a consequence. It's not like I don't think when people are calling people out, calling pastors and leaders of the churches out, they're lying. I definitely don't believe that. I feel like there's always evidence, there's always an actual thing. There's not really allegations. It's always actual, factual stuff that people will get called out for. So I don't really know what that part of maybe I should go look in the Bible, read the part of the Bible and see what that means. But I really don't think that necessarily fits for maybe even today. So yeah, Miriam Crosby. She didn't show. Oh, so she didn't show up to the reunion, and I think she's out for the season. She's out of the show, which Mary's entertaining, but Mary also, I don't think, like I said, Mary doesn't really fit in with these women. Uh, yeah, she doesn't fit in that well. She's always like the odd man out. She does absolutely crazy stuff. She wears absolutely crazy stuff. She talks down to the people around her, to the women also. It's weird. I don't understand. But I think, she didn't want to face the music as to, the extensive rumors and the extensive information that's come out about her church and about what she's done to the church and to the people of her church. Also, what kind of leader what kind of leader? What I'm just like, what kind of person follows, Andrew Caldwell, who wants to be a pastor of this fake pastoring? Like, why aren't we looking at the people that we look up to with a fine tooth comb? Like Miriam Crosby, she married her grandmother's husband and had a child with him. If that's not a red flag, I'm not looking up to nobody who's married their grandmother's husband. I'm not looking up to somebody who is always bashing, homosexuals and prostitutes and whores online like Andrew Caldwell does. I'm not looking up to someone who's so nasty and then blames it on people being nasty to them or them thinking that they're a celebrity like Andrew Caldwell does. I find it so weird. I don't know. Just anyways, I'm gonna take a quickie, and I'll be back, and we'll talk about Alicia Keys. Ooh, some good moments with Alicia. Miss Alicia. Yes, I've been burned, but I call it a lesson learned. My soul has returned, so I call it a lesson learned. So the song of this week. Please go check this song out. Please go check this song out. Please go check this song out. It's by Alicia Keys from her As I Am album, and the song is called Lesson Learned. Oh my God. So somehow something was going on this past week with Alicia and Craig. Oh, no, 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 no. I think it was 2 weeks ago because I think I had like saved it and then I went back and listened to um, Craig Seymour's. Is that his name? Yeah. I talk about him a lot. He's a music journalist. Uh, he'll put like together playlists. He used to have like a podcast, or I think he still does. It might just be on pause or something. But anyway, so he put um together a little playlist of his like favorite Alicia Keys songs, and so I was like, okay, let me go listen to this. I clicked Lesson Learn, and I almost fell out. I was like, oh my God, this is like a gem of a gem of a gem. This song, her vocals. First of all, the chords, ding, ding, like the beginning chords, sort of throughout the song. The chords remind me so much of "Sandcastles" by Beyonce off of her Lemonade album, and I'm like, did they steal this from Alicia? Because it literally sounds the same. But I was just like floored. Her vocals, it touched my soul, and it continues to touch my soul. Like I didn't know Alicia Keys had this in her. Like, yes, Alicia isn't the best vocally all the time. I think even now, watching her perform this past year, I think all that straining has kind of got to her to the where she's now like even like the way she sings now is a little different. Like she looks weird singing. Like her teeth are like stuck out and she just like I don't know, whatever. But yeah, she's not 100% vocal. She's a decent vocalist, but you know, so her going into her higher range is not always the greatest. I feel like maybe she needed like voice lessons, or she's strayed away from her voice lessons and she's just trying to hit notes and it just doesn't always come out good or look good or sound good. But this vocal, oh my gosh. I realized I'm an Alicia Keys fan, but I don't know a lot about Alicia Keys. And I think that's on Alicia Keys' part. Like, I've never really delved into her like I have this past week or so. And I never really like noticed like I don't like growing up, you know, you listen to If I Ain't Got You and then No One came out and Teenage Love Affair and um Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart and all these other great, amazing songs. But it's not like I sat and watched a ton of Alicia Keys interviews or learned about her backstory. One thing I did learn, which shocked the fuck out of me. I don't know if it shocked me or I was just like extremely surprised. Or I just didn't realize that Alicia Keys is biracial. She's a biracial girl. I didn't realize she was a biracial woman. I thought she was black, right? Her mom is white. Her dad is black. She had this like thingy, this thingamabob. Let me tell you my life story on her YouTube page, and it's on premium, so I'm not sure if everybody can watch it. I know, I guess if you have YouTube Premium, you can watch it. I do. No ads over here, baby. So I watched it, and at first she was talking about her mom. Well, okay, let's just talk. Her mom was a single parent. I guess she didn't seem like she didn't know how to raise a black child like Mariah's mom. Uh, oh, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. 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 I don't want to word this incorrectly. Alicia Keys was unexpected. Her mother had been dating around, so she had to piece together what date and what month or whatever, what man she had been with. And so I believe her mother said she's gonna get. It, they were talking in codes too. Like Alicia talks in codes. Her mother was talking a little bit in code. She was like, I went to go get an abortion and I decided not to because something happened or something. It was weird. But at the end of the day, she went to go get an abortion and she didn't get the abortion. Um, she thought at like when Alicia was like 6, she thought the man who was her father, she thought they were going to be in a relationship and be a family, but he decided to go back to his ex-girlfriend and she was crushed. I think her father was like, I wasn't really ready to be a father, so I think he just basically abandoned her. I don't think she really got into like being a fatherless child. I don't know if that really I'm sure it affected her, but I don't think she got into it. What else? I was really shocked about that. Uh, this man named Conscious, I think Conscious is his name. Conscious. He, she was talking in code about him, but basically they were together. They were in a relationship. He protected her in her early part of her career. They produced music, wrote music, um, and then people were like, industry people were quote unquote telling him, you need to like stay in the background. And so he was like, okay, I'll just stay in the background and fade away. And, you know, we're done. Um, yeah, those are the only really fascinating parts of, about her little YouTube premium documentary, whatever, whatever, whatever. Her little boy is so cute. I think his name is Genesis. He's so cute. She has two kids with Swiss Beats, who she allegedly has the perfect marriage with. He was like, we got communication on lock. We got love on lock. We got, what else did he say? Goals on lock. It was just like, oh, okay, I didn't know y'all had the perfect marriage. They are such a weird looking couple. Like they are so odd. Maybe that's why I don't really care because she's never been that fat. Alicia Keys is not that fascinating to me. Alicia Keys is like deep on a different level, and I'm not in that level. And she's half like I think hers mostly. She's mostly like a dirty backpack singer, but with she has a pop culture pop culture pop cultural appeal, or she's made to be a pop cultural appeal. I didn't realize how successful Alicia Keys was, but then I looked at the charts again this time, and the charts were saying something different. But I didn't realize how successful Alicia Keys was until I think like 10 years ago. At this point, I was like, "Oh, let me look at Alicia Keys," and I looked at sold out tours, this amount of records sold. I thought she had more number ones than I thought than she does, but I guess not. Um, but yeah, like I said, Alicia Keys is really boring. Maybe that's why I've never really gravitated to her on a like personal level. Her music, I guess if you think about it, she has a lot of sad music, but then like her albums, every artist is like, this is my best body of work. This is my most personal body of work. And it's like, she said that with the diary of Alicia Keys. She's like, the diary of Alicia Keys, I was able to open up a little bit more and let you into my thoughts and my diary. And then I think it was like, as I am. Like, she has such like these strong titles that kind of contradict the this is my most personal album. But it's like, okay, I kind of get it because, of course, we all can grow so many times and change and think about so many things throughout the years and throughout our lives. But it's like, damn, girl, the element of freedom. As I am, and then her last project, I believe, was called Keys, and it's like this is my most personal and whatever, girl. Anything else I want to talk about, Miss Bumblebee, Miss Boring? Except, yeah, her and the Swiss, they knew each other in high school, and he was trying to like get at her, but I think she was a lesbian. I think it's Alicia Keys a lesbian. That's like the biggest like if you if you search on Twitter, Alicia Keys lesbian, thousands upon thousands of tweets are gonna come up, and it is absolutely hilarious. Um, that Alicia Keys is a low key lesbian. But anyways, yeah, I was shocked that they knew each other when they were teens. He tried to get at her. She was like, no. Um, she has the perfect marriage. She's boring to me. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But this song, Lesson Learned, is pretty incredible. Also, she did this like little B-side thing last year or 2020, where she did like these hidden, fan favorites or not always popular, not always played songs. from each album except for Girl on Fire. She did the first like 3 or 4 albums. Uh, and that was a pretty interesting experience. She has a ton of pianos. I didn't know there were so many fucking pianos in the world. She has a ton of pianos. She's going around playing and singing, and yeah, it was interesting. It would have been. She kind of did with like the rarities from Mariah and what I think Madonna is kind of on the train of doing. I want some fries. I'm hungry. Um. Anyways, but yeah, go listen to this song. This song is such. It touched my soul, and like I said, it continues to touch my soul when I listen to it. It's the vocal, like her vocal, she sounds like she's about to cry almost. Then she gets like rejoiceful. John Mayer's on the song. I feel like he doesn't really fit on this soulful, reflective, emotional, heart wrenching song. This gutter song. This song is so amazing. Oh, she did this song live, but it wasn't that impressive when she did like the little B sides. But yeah, please go check this song out. I love this song. I think that's all I want to talk about this week. Thank you so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at My Love Money Tonight. You can check out all of the past year's podcasts on YouTube, also on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music. I'm on Anchor. I'm on everywhere. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll come back next week and talk about some more stuff. Yeah.